Okay, so let's unpack a really fascinating and honestly an often overlooked connection when it comes to male hair loss. What if a super common vitamin deficiency was actually a key player in a very specific pattern of shedding? We're going to dig into what the source material has to say about this.
You know, when we talk about male hair loss, almost all the attention goes to the top of the head, right? The crown, that receding hairline. But the expert behind this explainer wants us to look a little closer. Is that really the only place you're seeing a change?
And here's where it gets interesting. According to trichologist William Gonitz, and that's basically a specialist in hair and scalp health, most guys who are worried about the hair on top don't even realize they're also losing density from the sides. It's this more subtle, all-over thinning that just kind of gets missed.
So if you're seeing that kind of thinning all over, it's a huge clue that this is probably a systemic issue, not just something happening in one spot on your scalp. So what could possibly be going on inside your body to cause this exact pattern? Well, the source points to one single, pretty surprising factor. Take a look at this number, 30. Now, on its own, it doesn't mean a whole lot. But inside your body, this number is a critical line in the sand for a specific vitamin. According to the source, when your levels dip below this number, a pretty significant chain reaction can kick off.
We are talking about vitamin D3, and it's way more than just the sunshine vitamin. It's absolutely crucial for your immune system. The source material pegs 30 nanograms per milliliter as the magic number. If you fall below that, your body can react in ways that have a direct impact on your hair.
And get this, having vitamin D3 levels below 30 is actually very average for the guys who are typically dealing with this kind of hair loss. So this isn't some rare, bizarre condition. It's incredibly common, which is exactly why this information is so important. Okay, so how on earth does a simple vitamin deficiency actually lead to hair loss? Well, it all comes down to this biological link between vitamin D and DHT, dihydrotestosterone, that hormone that's so famous for its role in male pattern baldness. Let's break down the science here.
It's really like a domino effect. First, your vitamin D3 levels drop below that critical 30 mark. As a response, your body starts producing more DHT. And the result of that? An increase in shedding, but not just on top. It's across your entire scalp. And that explains that loss of density you might be noticing on the sides. Oh, and by the way, the source also mentions that this deficiency can slightly impair your immune system. So fixing this isn't just about your hair, it's got some pretty great benefits for your overall health too.
So knowing the problem is one thing, but what are you supposed to do about it? Well, the great news is the source material lays out a really clear, super straightforward action plan. This is based directly on the expert's recommendation. Let's check out this simple path forward.
The recommendation is refreshingly simple. First, you're going to want to get a liquid form of vitamin D3. The dose is just 5 drops a day. And here's a pro tip. Put those drops under your tongue. That lets it absorb directly into your system, which is way more effective.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. Here's the direct quote from William Gonitz himself to really hammer it home. 5 drops per day, so you put 5 drops underneath your tongue, let it absorb. You can't get much clearer than that.
Let's just break down that dosage a little more. Typically, one of these drops has about 1,000 units, or IUs, of vitamin D. So 5 drops gets you that recommended 5,000 IUs a day. And here's a nice little practical bonus. The source notes that a single bottle can last for 6 months. That makes it a really easy and affordable routine to stick with.
So the bottom line is this. Look, male hair loss is complicated. There are a lot of factors. But a very, very common and easily fixable deficiency could be a huge piece of the puzzle for you, especially if you're noticing that thinning on the top and on the sides.
And that really leaves us with one final thought. In the big, complex puzzle of hair health, we're always looking for these complicated, high-tech solutions. But what if, for you, one of the most important missing pieces is also one of the absolute simplest to put back in its place?